dude, there was an ADOS dude named Bill something, Bill the Icon.
Bringing up all the dirty laundry.
So I wanted to chime in very quickly with what should be good news. Was thinking back and remembered a clip that I saw in 2018 with Maxine Waters, aka Auntie Maxine, aka Mad Max. She was attending an event in Selma, Alabama back in March of 2018. And in the midst of giving her usual anti-Trump rhetoric, stump speech or whatever you want to call it, whipping the crowd, she had Angela Rye at her side, as you will see. Auntie Maxine was asked by a representative of NCOBRA whether she would continue to support H.R. 40, and would she not only continue to support H.R. 40, but whether she become a strong and active ally in pushing H.R. 40 and reparations for American slavery descendants. And, the thing about it is Maxine got on the microphone and she threw her hat in the ring. She said that it would be no problem, for her to support H.R. 40 and reparations. And she said that, as you'll see in the video clip, that she needed to get the House, she needed to get the Senate, and a president that would be favorable to the agenda. It's January 22nd, and I do believe the Democrats have a majority in the House. I do believe there's a tie in the Senate. And although I don't believe we have a president who is truly enthusiastic about, or who would be enthusiastic about signing a bill aimed at reparations for American slavery descendants, I don't think it should matter at this point. Democrats have the House, and they have the tiebreaker in the Senate, I believe, with Kamala Harris. So we should see H.R. 40 put on the table and passed swiftly. Check out this video clip, and we'll be back on the other side.
The National Coalition of Blacks for Reparations in America. NCOBRA, thank you. Congressman Waters, the global reparations movement is advancing mightily on the planet. Our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean are suing the nations of Europe that had involvement in the enslavement of the Caribbean. In Europe, our brothers and sisters in London are crafting legislation. On the continent of Africa, we understand that there will be a major reparations conference in 2019-2020. Here in America, the only federal legislation, the federal push to have this country redress the crimes against African people has been H.R. 40. And now that Congressman Conyers is no longer there, we need someone to stand up and push this legislation forward. You have historically been a supporter of this legislation. We ask that you co-sponsor now, and not only co-sponsor, become an active co-sponsor. You have a relationship with the millennial as Auntie Maxine that no other congressperson has. And we're in COBRA personally right now today asking you to become more active in the role to push H.R. 40.
I'll be happy to do that. That's no problem. That's no problem. But let me tell you this. In order to get where we need to go on this issue and other issues, we've really got to understand that 2018 is important to taking back the House and taking back the Senate. And of course, we've got to get the White House. Now, if we want to get to the point where we can get reparations, we've got to have the power to do that. Number one, by having a supportive president would be wonderful, but taking back the House would be absolutely wonderful. And so, yes, I'm Maxine Waters. I am a progressive. I am a liberal. I am someone who is willing to step way outside of the box in order to do what America has not done. But let's understand, I need y'all to register and vote. I need to take back that House so that we can have a majority in the committee. I am the ranking member of the Financial Services Committee that oversees Wall Street and HUD and all of that. And by the way, we're going to take care of Ben Carson too.
So how did y'all like that quick trip in the time machine? You know, it's always good to get these politicians on the record, whether that be audio, video, or both. In this case, we got Auntie Maxine on both. And, you know, I'm really not optimistic about her following through on her commitment. But I think it will be fun to hold her accountable and dog her with her own words. I heard somebody say before that politicians don't respond to praise, that they respond to pressure. So this is the perfect time to apply that pressure to Auntie Maxine, because for the last 4 years, the only thing I've seen her talk about was, you know, getting the orange man bad out of office. So now that he's out of office, we can focus on those policy commitments that you made to your constituents, and we can move forward in holding you accountable, and if not, sending you into retirement. And you know, when it comes to reparations, you know, I even get into it with my own people more so, because those are the people that I'm in contact with, and who believe that black people who advocate for reparations are asking for a handout. And, you know, beyond the fact that explaining to these people that reparations is not us asking for a handout, it's actually a justice claim that's been long denied, that is also more than just a check. I try to explain that just as chattel slavery was an American institution that spanned an extended period of time, that reparations also needs to be a program specific and targeted to the descendants of American chattel slavery. I always put forth that in addition to direct cash payments, there needs to be programs and protections put in place for the American descendants of chattel slavery. So we need payments, protections, and programs. To name a few, in addition to cash payments, would be debt-free college, free college, home ownership assistance, business support, financing for businesses, as well as fully endowing all historically black colleges, free healthcare, and an extended time period of tax-free status also for American descendants of slavery. Also a specific category for American descendants of slavery, which would differentiate us from black immigrants, so that we would not continue to be lost in the political mix when it comes to passing out these benefits. And, you know, so that we can be specific, so that we can be targeted, and so that we can be prepared in the most complete way possible. So, you know, as I stated, it's always good to get politicians on the record. We have Auntie Maxine on the record. So let me know how you feel about not only Maxine Waters making these commitments, but how do you feel about our chances of holding her accountable and getting her to stand on her word as far as being an active, fully supportive advocate for reparations for ADOS. So get down in the comment sections and, you know, let me know what you think. Hit that like. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Again, thanks for tuning in. This is Bill Money signing off for Dirty Laundry Media. Thank you.